When you start calling out the specifications, the new Ford Focus RS will tantalize even the most pure of petrol-head desires. This is awfully high praise for a hot hatch, but I mean, it makes 440 Newton meters of torque, temporarily boostable to 470, producing 260 kilowatts and going on to a top speed of 266 kilometers an hour. Standstill to 100 kilometers an hour comes in just 4.7 seconds thanks to a reworked, higher boosted 2.3-liter turbocharged inline-4 found in the new Mustang, coupled to a 6-speed manual all-wheel drivetrain wrapped up in a beautiful 5-door hatch that just shouts rally. When Ford put the Mustang's engine in the Focus, they gave it a whole new head built from tougher materials, as well as cast iron sleeves on the block. A bigger twin-scroll turbocharger and intercooler accompany the big boost setup, along with a reworked, less restrictive, more audible intake and exhaust with actuators controlling back pressure and noise. The all-wheel drive system is more technological than conventional, with the ability to send 70% of the available torque to the rear axle, then shift up to 100% of that power either left or right in just 6/100ths of a second. The rear diff is geared higher than the front, allowing the car to push the rear end around corners once the right variables have been calculated by the onboard computers. Brake-based torque vectoring is also available in the list of parameters alongside this trick all-wheel drive system, electronically enabling this car to shift direction like no Ford before. The rear wheels only get driven when they're dynamically shifting torque in between the rear axle to push the car around corners, or when the front tires are at a loss for traction, and lastly, when the launch control is activated. Once the all-wheel drive system starts creating more drag than traction, the rear wheels are switched off, unless the car is in drift mode, which is one of 4 driving modes. In drift mode, the computers force more torque to the rear axle to help the car execute effortless power slides, all thanks to digital witchcraft and the higher ratio diff at the back. Ford set out to have zero aerodynamic lift front and rear with the Focus RS, while maximizing ventilation and rigidity. The RS is 23% stiffer than the regular Focus, with a massive Brembo setup in the front that weighs 6% less than the brakes found on the Focus ST. Firmer steering and adaptive dampening complete this car's transition into the company's flagship hatchback. With the hot hatch segment looking like a bar fight that the Germans seem to be winning, Ford South Africa's still to be confirmed pricing will play a huge factor in whether this car can start swinging at the flagship Golf.